Right, are we back? Are we back? Yeah, it looks like the Twitch server I was on just literally died. Sorry, guys. I was on Paris server and it seems to fucking dead. Apologize for that, guys. It is deed. Deed. Did it cut us? Ugh, God damn it. Why do you always have to cut? Why can't you... Seriously, Twitch, can't you just have the fucking same services as YouTube where it doesn't cut or like it just clips it together? Like, so fucking bizarre that you have to do this shit. Yeah, I think they're doing something because this is the second time, like yesterday, we had these issues. Right. Fuck me. Where are we at? Did anyone miss anything I was saying? Got Brimstone telling me it was buffering. Bradders was afternoon. Good day to you. Crop, get back to work. Catch you later. No problem, Rona. Just ask anytime. Just F5 it, guys. It... Basically what happened was my internet didn't go down. The Twitch server I was connected to died. So I had to quickly change server. I apologize there, guys. It should be working. I've got a good bit rate now pumping through. Yeah, so anyway, you can use this website to find things, all that jazz, you know. Like if you want a ship, so say you want to take your, what was it, RSI? Is it RSI or is it MISC? Prospect, you know, there you go. You can find that shit. Anyway, let's get into here so I can test this out. Yeah, sorry guys, nothing to do with my end, just the Twitch server I was connected to went boop. And I just had to shut OBS down. Because obviously I've got like a green bar that tells me like my connection. And it wasn't until I saw what you said, Brimstone buffering, and I checked, I was like, I've got 0 drop frames. It's looking good my end, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, like it just, that thing went there. Okay, SEM lock. Move up. On that, move up. Yes! This is so precise now, even after a reboot. Look at this shit. This is so cool, and it doesn't move the screen as well. So let's come here, alright? This is so cool for me. I'll couple, and I'm gonna go here, right? Now, if I move the mouse, let me just lock this here. If I move the mouse, 189, 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 198, 200, and then on the joystick, 199, 198, 197, 19 fucking 6. The question would be is now, yeah, so if I want to make it faster, the faster I move the mouse, the more I can cover, basically. But it's very, very precise now in being able to get to that perfect chef's kiss SEM speed lock. That's nice. Awesome. Right, happy testing. Now I can actually do some flying in the game. And that's after the PC has been rebooted as well. If I had my time again, I would get one of those necks and fly stick and mouse and get a second one later. Definitely, there's huge amount of like peripheral ways you can do this game. Right now, I would say the like mouse and keyboard are really good. Excuse me, guys, because it allows you to literally fly the ship, get out the ship, FPS, all that stuff, and it's under one peripheral. However, the roll on keyboard is really, really dodgy. So if you're ever using mouse and keyboard, I would suggest getting like a cheap pair of pedals that literally just have the axes to do your left roll and your right roll. that's always what I recommend with mouse and keyboard, because it gives you that silky smooth roll, which is all you really need, generally. Left joystick and mouse is really good, but then again, you have all the wonderful strafe axes, but you don't have the roll. So left joystick, mouse, and then pedals allows you to have that silky roll forward and backward with precise movement, and then your precision mouse to do all those things. Then obviously dual joystick can go down. It depends how far down the rabbit hole you want to go to, but I feel if you're ever going to start doing left joystick and mouse, you may want to think about doing pedals before you get a right joystick, because again, it allows you to just have the mouse and stuff. 2 T6000 pedals should be good enough, about the same total as a pair of necks. Exactly, yeah. 3 axis stick can get you roll and stick with stick and mouse. I'm so far down the rabbit hole, I'm having tea with Alice in Wonderland. What the fuck? Oh, because you've got so many peripherals now. Yeah, exactly. Watching my show is not the healthiest thing to do. It's why a lot of companies get involved. Oh. Well. We will discuss you later. We will... More testing tonight, Box! More testing tonight! I'm gonna get 100 of these. Actually, I'll just get 50, that's fine. No, come on, why are you doing the memes? Just 50. Why 330? I don't want 330. Can I just please have 50? There we go. My goodness. With 2 60,000s and pedal, I mean ending up with that over time. Yeah. Again, it depends on where people want to go with the rabbit hole of peripherals. For me, I generally can't play a flying game, even if it's an arcade game, without joysticks. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I love the idea of throttle and joystick, and it just really works for me. Is it like a requirement? No. You know what I mean? But it does feel really good. And ever since I started playing Star Citizen, I decided to go and get the dual joystick method, because I started off playing with right back at the very beginning of Star Citizen, when we just had the dogfighting module. That's what Arena Commander was called, dogfighting module. We had a lot of fun with just, you didn't really need dual joystick, but then obviously they started updating the way that we fly, and dual joystick became very apparent that you could get a lot more precision movement in the game to do it. But then we went through the stage of where everyone with keyboard and mouse or game controller were complaining, saying they don't want to have to buy joysticks to play this game or feel competitive, which I completely agree. It should not be where, right, if you're going to play Star Citizen, you have to buy joysticks to be anywhere of the same level. So CIG started working on methods to make it more fair. And we went to some times where joysticks were a little bit more powerful depending on certain things, and then keyboard and mouse became very powerful afterwards. So we're talking about like 3-4 joysticks were very powerful. Keyboard and mouse was good. Then keyboard and mouse started to get better. And now we're at this sort of situation where I personally feel keyboard and mouse is the best for PvP. Joysticks, dual joystick is best for flying, as in just low flying or just generally having control over one ship. And controller is really down to how far you can go with just a controller, you know? It's one of these things where, because this game is for PC, it's not really designed for like PlayStation, or maybe it will be in the future, who knows. You know, you have the limitation of this is what you have, or even if it's the single ones and stuff like that. So again, when you've got the thumb pads, I just don't know if it's as precise as like keyboard movement, whatnot. You know, people are completely different. Um, so yeah, like, again, it is totally down to what you want to use in the future and all that jazz. I don't think you can actually go wrong, and I would say that there is no like clear winner, you know, because I know a lot of people who are very good at keyboard and mouse as like PvPers and players. I know people who are very good with joystick, and all that jazz. So again, it just depends where you want to go. How much time are you actually going to put into it? Do you want to get a sim pit? Do you want to have everything on your desk, you know, just where you just come home from work, load up the PC, play Star Citizen, and go to bed, and that's the extent of where you want to go down that rabbit? Yeah. There's lots of ways to play this game. Alright, we're going to take off the saber for this. I will always use dual joystick, even if it got to the stage where keyboard and mouse was clearly the best method of playing this game. I still wouldn't change. I'm very happy. Like, again, I'm getting to the age now where I just don't give a shit about, you know, going to like a tournament and being best of the best of the best, or my organization is the best of the best of the best fucking stats, or, you know, just I just don't care enough for that kind of gameplay. And if other people are into that, then that's cool beans, you know, but for me, I'm just like, nah, I don't need to bother. We'll get rid of this rack here. Plus, as you know, a lot of people always say, I think that the smartest PvPers know exactly what the state of this game is like, where it's so broken at times and has janky mechanics where it's just really, you can't even claim that you're good at PvP in this game, especially when there's cheese, like, and there will always be cheese until they knock all mechanics down and stuff like that, sadly. Little loopholes, you know, like invisible vehicles in 316, the markers, like if you're a bounty hunter and you've got the marker above somebody's head, you know, I would class that as cheese. The ability to trade merits with players, so you can have somebody just farm you out of jail like that. I personally think that's cheese. I think you should be forced to actually play jail or escape jail. That's just me. But for you to play jail, they need to make it where that mission, the mission is, you know, a lot better. Maybe rewards less in the future. I dislike the idea that when people go to jail, they just wipe their accounts and 15 minutes later they're back into the game crime free. I really hate that. I really wish CIG would solve that nonsense and make it where you just can't cheese like that. It's very boring, because can you imagine being a bounty hunter? And I know before anyone says, oh, jail is broken, well, jail is broken, or prison is broken to a certain degree, but also if you have a couple of people that can just fly and pick you up, you can literally just walk out of jail within 5 minutes by doing a very, very easy jump puzzle now, and get taken to Grim Hex, and you've literally got rid of it, you know what I mean? It's not that difficult. I think it's just lazy attitude. Because again, when the mission works, it works kind of thing. But again, there's always going to be cheese until we get to what they class as the beta of this game. Because you have to have short jail times to get the game tested, and it is in a testing environment. They need to allow you to reset your account because of other issues, so you can't make it where you can't reset out of jail just yet, because I would imagine that conflicts things. Nobody's working on jail or prison mechanics. Nobody's working on bounty hunting for players because they never increase the prices. They still have these stupid fucking hit markers above, or god mode markers above people's heads, so you know, it's very difficult to get rid of cheese if nobody is building on the mechanics that bring the cheese in, you know? And that's definitely where I can't wait till we get to the stage where there is no way to play this game in a way where you can just get out of all the nonsense, you know? Because there would not be any nonsense in the game. You go to jail, you have to play the full mechanic, it all works. You go as a bounty hunter, it works because it doesn't have other markers and you have to actually play it. There's no Alt F4ing for any criminal or blue player or anything like that. There's no way to get out of it. There's no weapons that do crazy amount of damage to certain ships and do fuck all to other ships, you know? Once we get past that stage, that for me is going to be the best time in Star Citizen, I feel. CIG seem to bow to the crybabies who want to be out of prison in 10 minutes in the warp out of atmosphere. I would agree with you, Chewy folks, but then I would also say that the problem is the people like myself who I don't care if I go to prison. I play the mechanic. I don't reset my account. I don't log into an alt. I play the mechanic, you know? Because for me, it's content, you know? I'm not wanting to cheese the game. So, if I'm playing as a criminal for that season of patch, and I call every 3 months a season, basically, before we get new mechanics in. So this season, my org is trying to stay blue, because we're going to do some Black Ops kind of stuff, and, you know, still be mischief, but not always criminal red kind of stuff. But if we were playing criminal, what we do is, whenever one of our guys goes to prison, we bust them out of prison. We fly over there, which takes 5 minutes, pick them up, bring them to Grim Hex, and do that shit, you know? And that, for us, is gameplay loop, even in this janky state. Now, if the actual... Alright, this is because I need to turn it on. If the game actually had the missions that worked, and mining worked, and all that stuff, I don't think anyone really would complain about prison times. You know, when we had it at 13 hours or something like that. If everything in prison worked, I don't think anyone would care, personally, about going to jail or resetting your account. It's just, people's time is completely different. Some people will wipe their account, some people will jump onto an alt. Myself, I go, hey guys, anyone can pick me up from jail kind of deal. And that's a thing. So, cheese and legit PvP systems, all the stuff that I'm talking about, you will never get rid of cheese in Star Citizen until somebody at CIG fixes all the cheese that is connected to the cheese. So when you have guns that do stupid amount of damage and it sends people to prison really fast. Oh, hello. Is this? An arrow. And like when we had the broken attritions and all that jazz, you know what I mean? We had these kind of things. Then missiles being broken where you couldn't flare them off. Then we had C-7088s. You know, there has been a peripheral of cheese in Star Citizen. But going to jail is also cheesable. Bounty hunting is cheesable. Making money in this game is very cheesable because you can just literally sit and kill NPCs that don't do anything and make a lot of money, whilst if somebody wants to play criminal, you know what I mean? Until all of this is completely taken away from the game, you just can't count yourself as a good player in Star Citizen. I'm sorry, you just can't. Like, you might be top of a leaderboard, you might be the best of the best in the PU, you might be able to kill every person that comes against you, but you generally are shit at this game. Because this game just doesn't work as what it needs to work, you know? Yeah, cheese connected to cheese, we're milking right now. Exactly, you know? So, the best thing I always look at with CIG and trying to balance things out, and that's why I'm campaigning that, you know, I'm trying to prove to people that these guns on the Talon and the Carthol are broken. Not because the weapon is broken. The weapon is great. The problem is that a platform that has high speed, high agility can cheese what the design of CIG do. And CIG's method is, well, we don't see the stats on paper of this happening. We don't need to care about it just now. And it's like, this is going to become another C78 Talon nightmare if you do not correct this right now. And the easiest correction is just don't let the Talon and the Carthol use the weapon. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's how you correct it. Or you do the overheating thing we're talking about. And for me, it's not that I'm wanting to make it where Talons and Carthols are completely useless again. It's because the moment that you have cheese in the game, everyone is forced to go the cheese method, and it just becomes an absolute nightmare of nothing really works. And we were so close where, like, sabers could be used. You know, you got sabers that could be used, you could have other things, all that jazz, but when you have one dominant fighter in the game, you're kind of forced to use this method. And when I say cheese, I have a video called Damage Out, and it basically is with the broken Talon, the broken C78s, and I take on 11 to 15 people by myself, and I kill all of them. They couldn't do a damn thing. That's not right. I shouldn't be able to do that in a video game. From broken ships, broken weapons. I want somebody to be in a vanguard and for them to actually be able to do certain things and, you know, feel like they've got their money's worth out of the ship. It might not be the best ship right now, it might be in the future, but it shouldn't be completely worthless. And this is where I really want CIG to stop making it where ships are worthless. Like, you're going to get to the point where in Free 18, right? This is the biggest problem with it. Free 18, you have trading coming back, hopefully. The cargo is going to be in the ship, all that stuff. Hey, Killjoy. And I want to see trading lanes. I want to see people using caterpillars again, pirating, smuggling, whatever you want to do. I want to see this in the game. And the problem is when you have the Talon and the Carthol, which are amazing in space, amazing in atmosphere, using a weapon that, yes, only does 700 meters a second, but it's the fact that it's on a platform that can get under 700 meters a second on every target and just obliterate in seconds. We get all this wonderful trading in Free 18, but nobody does it because one fucking twat in a Talon literally vaporizes Hercules in 40 seconds. Or kills somebody in a Freelancer Max in like 10 seconds. A 600i in 10 seconds because of bad HP pools. And this is where the cheese starts winning in the game, where all the other interactions I would love to see in this game, trading, pirating, mining, all coherent and working together, goes out the window because nobody wants to do it, because it's literally going to be the I'm so fucking shit at this game. I'm just gonna shit on everyone because that's my gameplay loop. And that's fair enough if somebody wants to do it, but the moment that it happens, everyone does it because people don't want to put in effort in video games these days. So any game that you play has any method of making money fast or cheesing to get ahead of other players, it is natural human instinct that people do it. Even if you are somebody like me that, you know, wants gameplay loops. You brought up there, who was it? Chewy. about people insta-warping out of atmosphere. I can't stand the fact that you can insta-warp out of atmosphere. I loved it when you had to slow boat in and you had to slow boat out. Because they're also bringing in the mechanic in the future where you can't warp through an asteroid belt. You're going to have to go up and over it to warp, or underneath it to warp, basically. You're not going to be able to warp through it. So if you're going to do that loop, why can't we have it where we see ships coming on fire, going through the atmosphere, and doing like proper lanes and stuff like we used to have in the game, where it was actually meaningful, and just put the prices of the missions up, for example, of trading. Where people are like, oh, I don't want to spend an hour flying here and there for very low profit. Well, just put the profit up and give people the ability to, you know, see all the wonderful sights. Meta cheese. Nah, that does not taste that well. Exactly. So I'm hoping that we, like, again, by the end of this year, I would love to see it where you've got trading, you've got salvaging, you've got mining, you've got a little bit of medical gameplay. Hopefully they fix, like, the FPS desync and stuff like that. But CIG's team who work on weapons need to really stop adding guns that break this game right now. And stop being like, well, in the future, this gun won't do this. Then put the gun in the future, please. Stop adding weapons that break this game to shit. Just take them out. If you can't fix ballistics, or don't have the time to do ballistics, take out ballistics for the time being. Just leave everyone with repeaters. If you can't fix cannons, take them out. And all you do for the Ion already is like a cannon repeater as it is. But just literally have somebody go through all the XMLs of the ships and just put in repeaters for the time being. If you can't fix things right now, you don't have the time, you don't have the team size, then just default the game down to where it just works for the time being. Instead of trying to add in a balance that breaks fixes that we have, which is obviously the desync. We got the mother of all, ooh, you know, we don't have positional desync anymore, but now you've added in a weapon that literally vaporizes fighters because of no desync, or disintegrates these things. And I know, like, CIG, well, we don't have it on our PTU stats. I can already see what's going to happen. Pad ramming does nothing in testing the alpha. Well, again, to be fair, right, it really is only a piece of shit kind of player that pad rams, you know? However, CIG are fixing this, folk, where very shortly there will not be any pads in the game. They're going to be all persistent hangers, hopefully by the end of this year. That's their next step. So all truck stops won't have pads, they'll all have hangers. Port Olisar will be probably replaced at that time with the new Port Olisar, which will be all things. So there's only going to be pad ramming if you're out of an armistice zone. And to be honest, if you're out of an armistice zone, as much as it sucks to have somebody just suicide ram you, it's fair game as far as I'm concerned. You know, technically it's a tactic. Just gonna say, technically it's a tactic, but it is shit when you spawn a ship and you get rammed at Port Olisar. I completely agree. I think it should be a bannable thing if caught or something like that right now. But they are making it where it's not going to happen very shortly, you know? Or it'll be very less. People still ram you in your hangars, I suppose. The patch had the original jump time. You couldn't quantum jump out into your... Yeah, exactly, Killjoy. It was a lot of fun where you had to have the tactics of time in your head. Not, I'm going to warp to Crusader, warp to OM1, warp to fucking Yellow, warp to the outpost, warp back to Port Olisar and sell. You know what I mean? It was, right, we were going to go around the OMs and you would get to Yellow and then you were like, right, there's where I need to go. Oh, I need to slow down. I'm coming a bit fast in. Ship goes on fire. Wow, guys, look at the effect of flying through the atmosphere. All right, there's somebody there. Should we stop our descent or should we carry on? Let's go and we'll try it out. Oh, shit. It's a gank. Oh, damn it. Right, well, we're high enough. We might be able to do this. Everyone on the guns. Do your best kind of thing. Oh, there's a Talon that can literally disintegrate your ship in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Gameplay just goes out the fucking window the moment you have any form of cheese in this game. There's free people in free talons with these ballistics. Oh look, there's your hammerhead dead within 40 seconds. Great gameplay loop. Well, they are going to get rid of Armitage zones as well, Viral. Armitage zones are going to be where you have no ability to FPS kill somebody or harm them inside like a city for the time being. Maybe in the future, who knows? Thank you, Bunsen. Cheers, dude. It's a little bit big though. Unfortunately, I ordered. It's American size, so it does not fit correctly. But I'm getting some mileage out of it before I put it away. You know. I'll make sure next time to just get my normal size in UK, and I think it would have fit properly, you know. You'll grow into it. I'm like, fuck, like, no way. I ain't going 2 sizes up. No, not a fucking chance. Look at this shit, man. Look how much fucking room is in here. But it's nice. It's nice and warm. I like the quality, but I'll definitely make sure I just buy my UK size from now on because it's way too big. So yeah, like Armitage zones will be where you can shoot people like at truck stops, Viral Sun, you'll get crime stat, and eventually down the line, when they fix the desyncing NPCs, missiles will clap you, cannons will clap you. You're not really going to camp a station in the future, or an outpost. You just aren't going to do it, because it's going to be too difficult for you to take these things down. Yes, you will be able to kill the turrets, yes, you will be able to stop the AI launchers and all that jazz like they showed in Pyro, but for the foreseeable future, we're not going to get it as much detail. And I'm fine with that. I don't think you should have this can't be killed barrier. I just don't think you should. If there is an artifice zone, no weapon should be able to reach you. Yeah, but they're changing how Armitage zones are working, Dark Neon. They're literally making it where until you're in your hangar, you are free game to somebody. That's how it's getting changed. There's going to be no more weapon locking in Armitage zones. The moment that you're in your personal hangar, that's where you're classed as safe. It's just like EVE Online. EVE Online, the moment you undock, prepare to lose. That's the mentality of EVE. If you press the undock button, prepare to lose your ship. That's the mentality you have in EVE Online, and they're doing it for Star Citizen. And if people don't like it, Elite Dangerous has, you know, single player mode. Exactly, Chief Folk. The moment that AI works, the moment that there's no desync to guns and stuff like that, NPC will be a lot more scarier than what we have just now. I don't understand how they ever could come up with how daft they're now. What do you mean? Because again, like EVE Online, the moment that you attack somebody in Empire, you get this NPC called Concord, and they've got like god guns, stupid resistance, very difficult to kill. They police. Now, they've said they don't want to have the Concord mentality, which is fine, but they will literally, they will have it where they will be like a super hammerhead or something like that. Imagine a hammerhead in Star Citizen, an NPC hammerhead that has the same no desync like a player that we have in Free 17. That's a very, very scary thing. And the moment that they make turrets work, one fighter just can't flop around an NPC hammerhead and meme on it. You will get shat on in the future. They are very, very scary. If you ever join a server that has no players on it, right, and it's a brand new server, and you do a hammerhead mission, they are very, very scary. Very, very, very scary to fight by yourself in a fighter. You will lose, pretty much. Because they just instantly track, and they do all these things. So the moment that Armitage zones change, I'm pretty sure it will be around the same time that they've got NPCs more deadlier, or less desync, and their turrets work, their missiles work, you know what I mean. So people will be fine just now, but imagine it's like a truck stop all the time in the future. That's how to base on. It's the same as if you go and do a cave mission on a brand new server. If you think NPCs are a joke in this game, Go and do it on a clean server, into a cave. Those motherfuckers have god aim. They're like, oh look, there's somebody. You're fucking minced. The only reason that you can do it right now is because of desync. But it's insane. These NPCs are just mental when there is no sync issues. Tarkovin's face. Same about the FPS. Yeah, exactly. They are incredibly difficult. Like people say on Spectrum and stuff, oh, the NPCs are too easy. You don't want to see what the fucking NPCs are like when they work. They are not easy. I would actually want to say that some of the AI in this game is better than most players when it actually works. And I'm actually quite excited at that point because obviously, you know, killing players and doing stuff with players is a great interaction, but it's not something that you're going to get all the time. You're going to come across doing missions and AI that might be bounty hunting and all that jazz. You don't know where it'll go with this game. And you want the AI to be quite a task. You don't want it to be a walkover. Yes, there will be some AI that are massively toned down. They're just vegetables dribbling over the keyboard kind of style of playing. But you want it to where it'd be like, hey guys, I've got this level 5 mission, and no joke, my fucking Idris is in bits, and I just managed to escape. I need backup. I need like, how many Idrises can we get in? How many, you know, fighters can we get in kind of style? I really want that kind of PvE content in Star Citizen. But not if it's like the current meme state where the railgun does nothing. Have you guys ever seen the video? I was on one server and it was with I think it was the Chinese group where they hijacked an Idris M, and they brought it to Port Olisar and started killing everyone, okay? Now, the turrets didn't do shit, right? But the dude who was using the railgun, there was one point I'm circling around a caterpillar, and the caterpillar, all you saw was the fucking round fly past my ship and insta-gib the caterpillar, and it was the coolest fucking thing ever. These big ships firing the shots and shit was just insta-gibbing. It was so cool. And I would love to see it more where NPCs are not a joke and they're not just flopping around and doing crap all, you know? So again, once NPCs work, once police NPCs work, once turret stations work, take care, Killjoy. Turret missiles... When all of these work, people are not camping like Port Olisar. They won't. As a criminal status. They'll get fucked. They literally will be pushed off because they won't be able to deal with the overwhelm that they will get. We just need to get to that stage and then you'll stop seeing the pad rammers. Or you'll still see them, but very, very, like, hardly, you know, frequently or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, we're not at that stage yet. I'm pretty sure I want to... This would not be like word of mouth. Take this information as a pinch of salt, but I don't think we're ever going to see good NPCs, working turrets, working missile launchers until some sort of server meshing, sharding kind of game is brought in, you know what I mean? Like a better netcode or performance or anything like that. We're not going to see any decent stuff because the AI is really good. Like, again, like I said, if you go on a brand new server and you come across an AI hammerhead, it's very, very scary by yourself. It hits precisely, and it flies so much better than the janky version when you have the desync. So, I don't think we're ever going to see the true intention of NPCs until some system down the line. And that could be, well, another year or more, you know? But I do, like, I've seen them in top form, and I think it's a beautiful thing to see. When you ever get the chance, try and do it. Brand new server, PTU, you're the only person on the server, or there's like 12 people. You actually get to witness what the AI is like in this game. You go to SBK, you know how like there's like 6 or 7 guys running around that mission in SBK? Don't do it solo on a brand new server. because they converge on you really, really fast. And they've got fucking God mode aim. You know? You can't do any memes on that shit. And I can't wait until the game is like that all the time. Because that... it's just gonna make it so much more fun to be like, hey guys, there's like 2 or 3 of you to come and help me with this one mission. You know? We'll split the money, or it's like, it's just interaction together. I can't wait for it. Yeah, they do coordinate really, really well. It's the moment that there's any, like, server lag, everything goes to shit, sadly. But, one step at a time. One step at a time. We got this patch that brings in a little bit better positional desync. Maybe by the end of the year, we'll be in another better state. Right, I'm gonna quickly fly around and try and move SCM on the dot whilst I'm doing this. Because again, if I've managed to get this, I'm gonna try and get Ondo to test this out later. And that means doing sync flying formation is gonna be very, very easy to precise the thing. Oh! Quickly, before I do this, wanted to do this. Because I noticed when like landing in certain ships, this was too lack. There we go. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I've managed to fix SEM locking. Watch this, Ondo, right? I'll go in a straight line. Watch this. Got it where it does 1 digit, boy. And I don't know if it works on everyone's shit, but now you can do... You don't get it? It's only moving up by 1 digit. Which is fucking sick for changing speeds on the fly. So you can actually get a precise lockdown now. And the only way, I'll go for it in a second. But it seems to, I reset the PC, yeah. I'll show you the keybinds that made it work for me. I'll probably maybe do like a little guide, I think, if it works for everyone. It's definitely better with the looser head. It'll take me a wee while to get it a little bit more precise with my movement, but yeah, it means I can look down a bit easier without having to move the head too much. Yeah, that's definitely good for the head tracking. I'm happier with that one. But yeah, I'll show you what I was playing with. So if you go to here, Ondo, the only ones I have bound are mouse wheel, mouse down, right? And you can do whatever you want with that one. But this is what I've got here. Now, the one thing that I noticed was the moment that you have this disabled, it doesn't work. But what I did is now I've got the ability to like precisely move it, and you can see there it takes a wee while to go up. Now the other way to make it work is if you have a button that does the zoom in, zoom out. This allows you to kind of like make it fine movement as well. It is right now, Wazzy, yeah. Good day to you. He'll be better than Trackr. I think it's down to the user, to be honest. One could say Trackr is better because it's just IR to IR, but you don't get Toby gaze or targeting with Trackr, so yeah. It depends. Alright, let's try something here. Where was it here? I've not tried this in a long time. This is a weird way of flying. A really weird way of flying for you guys. But I'll do this as well. You know where you can bind that, yeah. I've got it on the mouse wheel on my left joystick, so yeah. What about the quest? VR doesn't work in the game yet, sadly. You can make it sort of do things. But yeah. He does, yeah, he does play on Linux. This might look a little bit janky because again I'm trying to train my head for the up and down movement. I may even move it back by 5 just to see how it goes. Trying to get used to the jittery thing. I think I will make this. Oh shit! Did I couple? No, I didn't couple. That could have been bad. I need to make this just slightly less here by 5. Boop. And this is the cherry right here. This will be good. So you can race. This is pod racing. Racing is kind of like non-existent right now in the game. People make their own like kind of tracks, which is really cool. For me, I just do more like free flight. Freestyle, whatever you want to call it. What I like is just form of control. I can slow down my speeds, height, everything on the fly, change it out, get it more aggressive, make it softer. For me, flying is all about being in control. Oh, boop, boop, boop. And this is why we don't do silly moves with no afterburner. I should have let off a little bit later. Earlier, you see here like too many turns, used up too much afterburner to bring her out of that one. No upstray for that stage. But yeah, definitely dropping it back by 5. That was a lot more easier to maintain the head movement. Because again, with Toby Tracker, and this is what we're partnering with, !TOBI, if you want to see it on that. But we've got the scene here, which is, it's kind of memey, right? Let me just speed up this so you actually see what I'm talking about. And Toby is basically with ghost mode, it allows me to do this, turn the head in the actual game, but unlike Track R, I don't need a headset or anything like that to actually do it. It's all with a little device that's sat in front of me that picks up the eyes, the head, and all that jazz. So it's up to you how like you would prefer it. For me, I find I can't do what I do without like a decent tracking system, so works off the eyes, yeah, because again, if you guys have the extension, I think the extension is running. If not, I'll show you how it works with me. Where with the extension, you'll get it on Twitch, but I can just do this. Oh shit, shouldn't have pressed that one. That was a bad move. No. This one here. Come on, just give me it. So this is it following my eyes if you don't have the thing there. So wherever I move my eyes, it moves the gaze around. And it's really precise actually. I mean, like if you want to do like finer movement, down to S, U, D, on to on, my name, Toby Game, on there, her face, slow down to his like head, you know? And this one's not as precise as the actual AI kind of system or the algorithm, but it's really, really cool to actually do it. It doesn't work in Firefox. I can do the Toby Ghost one for you guys. So if you're using the extension on Chrome, you're going to see it double for a second. It's just to show everyone what you guys can see. So it's like, this is the more precise one. And I can put it into like a heat map, for example, where you can see like focusing there. That's where I'm focusing my eyes down. Draw it down here, up there. And then I'm going to just hold the eyes in this area. You know what I mean? You have that ability to do it. I kind of like just keep the bubble so you guys can see it, but you can see like the full axes of your eye. And I'm on an ultra-wide monitor, and it works really, really well. Again, TOBII, exclamation mark TOBII. It'll show you all these things. I need advice. I want to move to Michigan. Good choices or nah? To be fair, like, I'm not sure Twitch starters and category is the best place to ask on where to move to. Obviously, if somebody's in Michigan and can help out Wazzy, but it's like, yeah, maybe seek proper like traveling advice instead of being like, "Hi, I'm from Michigan. It's a nice place. Come live here." You know what I mean? I maybe want to do a bit more research, you know? Work, yeah, because again, I don't have it set to... I have it more to head tracking than eye tracking, but this is what it'll look like if I do... This is going to be eye movement only, so if I just move my eyes, so I'm going to try and position this so you don't see it. And then hold it center, left, right, up. So I'm literally trying to use just my head, or my eyes, sorry, to move it around. I don't really want to do that all day, and because I am used to track R, I'm more where now my eyes won't do anything, but my head in real life will. Just because it allows me just a little bit more finer motor than moving your eyes. So that's the only thing I would say is that if you have track R, you don't need a Toby. But if you don't have any tracking system, I would always suggest Toby because it allows you to do the eyes, you can balance it out how you want more. And like I said, there's a really cool feature where if you're in a fighter or any turret seat in Star Citizen, you can actually use your eyes to lock on. So if a ship is coming off to the side, you can actually look at it with your eyes and press a button and target lock it. And you can't do that with Track R. You would have to turn your head and have it in the center and stuff to do it. So there are a few little benefits of Tobii tracking system. Not that big a deal, but for me, I think they're really cool, you know? You don't need to leave, Wesley. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I would, I would definitely look at more, like, full advice for moving, because moving is a, you know, a big thing. You don't want to make any mistakes, and obviously, as much as people are cool in the chat here, you know, somebody may be like, ah, this place is a piece of shit, let's get to move there, and be like, yeah, this place is amazing. You know, I would just definitely, you know, you can ask questions, but please do your full research before ever considering moving country to a certain location, you know. I mean, I live here and it's fine. What are your goals? Yeah, see that Oracle is saying the right questions there. I was hoping to build a VR system for DCS, etc. Waiting to see how the new stuff. Well, VR and DCS is really good, Chewy folk. You know, it's nice to ask locals. I know, Wazzy, but here's the thing, dude. Like, you really don't know if anyone in this chat is a local. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to put out to you. It's not like you're asking bad questions. It's just, can you really trust anyone on the internet if they're from the area, you know? It could literally be somebody trolling you, and I just don't want you to get bad advice, you know? I've got this flat at 118, totally not a cracked down avenue. Yeah, exactly, you know what I mean? It's such an interesting thing to ask. Obviously, if people here are legit, you know, please give the right advice, guys. Or any help websites that you can point to somebody for Michigan, you know. If you need to have a permit to post links for Wazzy, let me know. Or just DM. Move to Brixton in London. I don't even think a few million would ever make me move to London, to be honest. I am really, really bad with cities. I don't like I'm a massive country bumpkin where I need massive open area, forests, lakes, rivers, all that kind of stuff, air basically. And cities just freak me the fuck out. And I don't mind like going to places for like holiday and stuff like that for a few days, but I could never live in London or any major city again. I just no way, no way. I wouldn't even be able to work in a major city. I'm just an artist looking for an affordable rural property in America. Nice, nice. I hope you can find it. I notice a lot of people moving around. Like, we've had people who are in Canada moving to the UK, people in in America moving to Canada, obviously Australian wanting to move to America. A lot of people are shifting around just now, which is interesting. Ah, you fell in love with Michigan. Nice, nice. I've not been. The only places in America I've been are Florida and New York. Probably not the best of places to go to get a representation of America. But I know most people will moan about it. I did have a lot of fun in Florida, to be honest. I found it very relaxing. Very memey as well. Like, Walmart was just an experience for me. I didn't enjoy New York. Again, cities, high rises, just, ugh, ugh, no. No, no, not for me. Near Miami. Nice, nice. Yeah, we were, where was it? In Florida. Near the crocodile place. That's all I can remember. I don't even know where we were, to be fair. All I remember, we were very close to a White Castle. Not White Castle. Was it a White Castle? Medieval times, I think. A shake place, a Walmart, the airport, and a crocodile place to go around. Disneyland, yeah. Somewhere there in Florida. Yeah, I think, yeah, Orlando would probably be the best bet, but I couldn't tell you like in what area, you know. It was really, really nice. You know what I loved about America though, were your roads. I love the roads in America because they're just, it was just so cool to cruise around on them. The medieval times is in Orlando. I've been there a long time ago. I wanted to go when we went, but this was years ago. Went to the crocodile place, which was amazing. I can't remember what it was called, but it's like you could pet the baby crocodiles, alligators, kind of stuff, snakes. It was really cool. Like my son was very young at that time as well. I think it was like 6 or 7. We went. I'm in the Philippines and just moved from the city straight up to the mountains, and the best thing I could have done. I know, I know. It's amazing when you get that stage in your life, budget. Sorry, Badger. Um, because for me, like I grew up on the outskirts of a city. Gatorland, it might have been Gatorland. That would probably make sense if it was called Gatorland. It had alligators and crocodiles. That's that's all I remember of it. It was quite a few years ago. Um, but yeah, like I grew up around Edinburgh in Scotland, on the outskirts of it, inside the city. And the moment I turned like old enough to just want to leave, and all I could think of was go into the Highlands in Scotland, which is quite rural, forest, deep forest, dark forest as we call them, where you go in the forest and there's no light in the center, basically. Very kind of like Jurassic kind of vibes to it, and yeah, I would never go back. Not in a million years would I go back to that. And we're getting Starlink very shortly in September, which means I should be able to upgrade. Because I stream on a 4G, I game on 4G, which is actually really good. Like, generally, there's a lot of, like, hissy people that say, oh, I can't kill him because he's on 4G. It's nothing to do with it. I actually get a really good ping. And speed. The biggest issue is... my up and down, I've got like a 30 or 40 up and down, but I can't Viral Sun in the UK. Gives the best offer for the area. But I would like to get the Starlink stuff in September, because they kind of guarantee that it'll be like 100 down, 100 up to begin with, and it gets better and better over time as technology evolves. I'm like, yeah, this could actually allow me to start doing my own video upload, because I can't do uploads for videos. Like if I was to make a recording, it would just literally take me all night, kind of deal. If you want a 30% friends and family discount, PM me on Discord. That would be actually really good. Do I need to make a new contract though? Do you know, or can it just be applied to my current contract? Because my current contract is up. Viral Sun. I'm just cruising until September, and then I'm going to be Starlinking. Hopefully. Anyway. The decent art festivals in cities. East. Oh, that's Michigan. I would love to go to more places in America. It's just until like this kind of COVID stuff settles down. Not that I'm worried about COVID. It's just the biggest thing for me with COVID is not catching COVID. It's not being able to return to the wolves. At a set date. You know, if I was to go away for a week into America, I need to be back in a week kind of deal. So until that kind of like gets better around the world, I can't travel really right now. Elon Musk is crapping on the night sky with Starlink, 30,000 satellites floating around forever. Yeah, but do you actually see them? You know what I mean? They might be crapping on the night sky, but how often do you see them? And you know what I mean, like stargazing, you can time it. I'm pretty sure there's a website that shows you the rotation of them, stuff like that. They're also pretty much designed where they don't block too much of the night sky, if I remember correctly reading. But I mean, shit. In a few years, Chewy folk, um, your night sky watching will be where you go up in a wee fucking plane and see the actual night, you know. If it's up, probably not. I can do. It has to be the first. Oh yeah. I work there part time for Pokemon. Ah, nice, Farrell. Thank you. I do appreciate the offer, but yeah, the contract is up. I'm literally just paying it now monthly. Um, I'm not renewing or changing the plan because I don't want to be tied into another like 12 to 18 months. Because again, it's like how far we got. How many months do I have? I've got one, say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 7 months. I will be able to get Starlink installed. It might even be earlier, so yeah, I don't want to take another 12 months out. I'd rather just pay the same price that it's at just now. I can do that in my backyard sometimes. What do you mean? You can go and play with crocodiles? Is that what you're saying, Breezy? I actually quite like that about Florida, where you've got all those like crocs just roaming around, alligators. I think it's pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like about Florida was your guys' grass, like as in like garden grass, is very interesting compared to what we have here in Scotland. It's like really spiky and kind of hard grass. You know what I mean? Not the pleasant. I mean, maybe it would just been some areas I went to, but it wasn't like the best to stand on bare feet, basically. That could be to do with the like humidity and your constant rain and like rainstorms and stuff. I did enjoy the rainstorms in because obviously in Scotland I get a lot of rain here. When I was in Florida, that kind of like guaranteed every day there was going to be like a split second of rain thunderstorm. I love that. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing. No viral because Starlink is closer to the. They're in lower atmosphere, or lower orbit. Sorry, I should say, than traditional satellites. So you actually get a very very fast connection and stuff. But you've also got to remember, it'll just be the streaming rig for gaming. I will be on the traditional house line. Because we've got two internets into the house. We've got the standard 30 down, like 6 up internet that's perfect for gaming, but it's shit for streaming. And then I use 4G for the streaming PC, which gives me the 40 down, 40 up. So Starlink will be on the streaming PC, whilst my gaming rig will be connected just through normal modem kind of shit, which will be really good. Because when this all comes, I plan like right now I'm on a network kind of sound system. I'm going to try and do it where it's hardwired instead of software instead. That's the plan anyway, viral. Because right now I basically use a program through the network called Voice Meter. And what it does is obviously, like you can see here, this is coming from the streaming PC, music from the stream PC. So I can actually mute the music here for me on this rig, not you. and it's all separated. I would like to get this into an actual physical device instead of being software related. And that way I can have this PC on one internet and the other PC on the other internet, different times, and be fine. Couldn't you cast it to touch device base through Home Assist or something? What do you mean? Irregular. Couldn't you cast it to a touch-based device through Home Assist? What you mean, like have two internets coming into one hub or something like that? Is that what you're talking about? I'm not very tech savvy when it comes to these things. Like, I generally quickly research into what works and then I get it to work, and that's about as far as I go with technologies, you know. I don't ever like to play around with things if it causes issues, but for me, I'm kind of like, I know that you can get like a mixer to mixer kind of situation and do it that way. Yeah, that's the idea of viral, would be to kind of move away from the Go XLR and just have an audio system instead, like a proper mixer. But the intelligence is still software. Yeah, you can do that with Go XLR as well. Miss Cell. But I think I'm probably gonna go with where instead of like using these ones, just get like a hard mixer instead. And just dual cables basically. But I do like the way the beacon mix creator's looking. I do like that. I really, 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 really do. The problem is I have a Shure 7B. So the choices I was thinking of doing was I could get the beacon mix crate and set it up on the gaming rig kind of situation and leave the Go XR on the streaming PC, which has the microphone and stuff like that. I don't know how to do it because obviously that thing doesn't have an XLR input, which does turn me off with the beacon mix crate. It's more based around USB microphones. I know you could get I would have to get something else, wouldn't I? I would have to get a preamp or something. It does, Mr. Tuval, but also what's his name? Space Tomatoes had massive issues with it. But yeah, it doesn't have an amp. I don't know what. I mean, to be fair, I could just put a goal to get a beacon, and their new microphone is meant to be really good, and then just sell the Go XLR with the Shure 7B for like a decent price to somebody, you know? Not like go greed mode basically and just, you know, make a fair price. You get both components at the same time. I could do something like that. And just move away from the Shure 7B. Because what I like about that one is you can, I would literally put everything on the gaming rig at that stage and just have the sound going through to the stream PC. You could easily get like 500, yeah, because the Shure 7B obviously is in still really good condition. But yeah, I would love to actually go with Beacon, but they don't sell in the UK just now, or it's always on pre-order. And because I've got a comfortable setup here, I've got till September, because again, when I've got the stream PC on Starlink and I've got this PC on another internet, I won't be able to do, unless, does anybody know, anybody super techie in here, does anybody know if I can have two internets coming into the house hub, and then I can pick which internet each PC uses, but they're still connected via network? Is that possible? Does anybody know? So two internets, two PCs, one has Starlink, one has normal internet connection, but they both can transfer files to each other. Is there any way to do that? Possible but complicated setup to get right. Yes, you have two routers. One needs DHCP disconnected or have two Ethernets. Right. Right. So it's probably just easier to get a brand new audio system put in then. Alright. Okay. Because that's what I would like to do. Like, I don't need to transfer files exactly, because, again, I could just, when I'm not streaming, I can just switch them over to a different hub, you know what I mean? Like, you just get a push button to swap internet. Part of what I do is Ethernet config at enterprise level. It's not actually that hard. Okay. Because again, like, for me, it's either I change my audio system for two PCs, and then it's just each PC is connected to its own internet. But that means the sound can go between, because what you see in the game is through cable anyway. Or it would be to basically buy minimal stuff and just leave what I have just now, which works, you know. But for me to do my audio, like I said, I need to have this running. The two PCs need to connect to each other via network for my audio to work, because I don't have physical just now. It's all software related. But I want the streaming PC to be on Starlink, so it's just got its own internet, and this one on standard internet. Oh, okay. Right. The stream PC could technically get two network cards, and the second is configured manually to use voice meter. You don't need two network cards? Use same internal network addresses, two routers, one gateway each. The computer will set up. Okay. So you say, right, I have, if you go to the kit site for the channel, I think I've got the, so this is what happens basically. I think I've got in the extras here. So, not this one. No. This is what I've got. So, what I have here, right, is this little bad boy. And the two PCs connect to it, and that what goes in one is basically a little cat box where you've got slot A and slot B, and that then has two cables going into it, two different internets, and then one cable coming out of it, and that one cable goes into slot 1 on this little hub. Then the two PCs are on 2 and 3, and it means I can swap the internets by just pushing a button. But what I would love to do is have it where each PC is connected separately to different internet, but they can network together. So I would need technically 2 network cards then, would I not? Or no, I would need a network card in the gaming PC because there's 2 cats in the back. You can connect everything on the same switch. So if I put both internets, it's got 5 ports. So if I put both internets and both PCs on this hub, can I then configure it to where one PC uses one internet and the other uses the other internet? Yes. Okay. That would be easy because then I didn't need to buy anything. Now here's the question, can you combine both internets? Where if one goes down, it keeps them all up? Is that possible? Could you technically combine both internets to work together? Where if one goes down, the other one takes over? The tricky part is to get the second ISP connection right. A lot of ISP technicians refuse to set up. Right. All of it's different. So, would I need any other hardware glitch than what I have to try and do this? To just basically have it where one PC is connected to one internet, another PC is connected to another internet, but they can both network together. So I don't have to buy huge fucking mixer systems. Because that would be amazing if I could get around this. Because all it would be is literally detaching one cable and plugging them all in, you know? The router PC config. So if you were like changing IPs basically, because right now I have set IPs for the network glitch where this is like, the stream PC is like, you know, it's like IP 45 and the other one would be, you know, another number basically. And what I can do is I've got this little box here. I don't know if I actually have it. I'll show you what I'm talking about, where I have one of these. Like this. It's not the exact one, it's the fastest thing I could find. Where basically you've got the 2 internets that go in, and I basically push a button to swap it. Kind of deal. But I have it the other way around. So it's 2 internets then go into one cable that goes into the network. That's how I instantly switch between the 2 internets right now. So what I would like to do is bypass this device, if I can. Just need to make sure there is only one DHCP server. Oh, so what you're saying is I need to basically make it where they're getting like an auto IP ondo or something like that, or a dedicated IP from each device, but where it works together. Again, this is something that I need to look into a lot more, but the idea would be to see if I can get this done. When I still had an Android phone, USB theming would do that automatically for me. Multi-WAN router, something that will take 2 internet connections and load balance between them. Alright, thank you, Oracle, yeah. Well, the thing is, the thing you want, or the issues I had with voice meter Ondo was when Windows and stuff started to change the actual DHCP IPs because it did it automatically. This doesn't work. So I have to actually make sure that each PC has a set IP for this to make where it doesn't fuck up. I think the easiest thing is I've got two internets just now. I would like it where one PC is on one internet, the other PC is on the other, and they both connect to each other, or they can see each other on the network, so I can actually use this. But it has to be where no IPs start automatically changing, because then this goes out the window. Because again, let me just quickly check it doesn't bring up any bad IPs. No, it just shows you, yeah, so it'd be like, 192 dot something, and then it's like whatever the number is. It has to stay like that anytime you do it, basically. Yeah, that's what I was worried about, Ondo. Yeah. But then, to be honest, like, if I could get this to work, would I really need Starlink? I don't know. Maybe in the future then. What I'll probably do, Glitch, is if I ever get like after these 30 days and stuff like that, I'll probably pick your brain on how to do it. Yeah, I know, Mr. Tuvo. I'm like, fuck it. Should I just go and get like a big Cisco fucking server hub system and just do it that way, It might be a lot easier. Have a big fucking giant hub server sitting behind me running. Fucking rooting everything. I talked about setting up two internets the other day, one for gaming, the other for Twitch streaming. Okay, nice, nice. Oh, wait, did you talk about it whilst you were streaming, Glitch? Like where I could check on a VOD, basically. Is that what you're saying? All of what you're wanting to do is completely doable, just depends on how much of a headache you want it to be. Do you want to put more time on the project or more money? Because there are devices that do everything that you're saying, but at cost. See, the thing is, though, I'm at that stage, though, Oracle, if I have to put money in, I might as well just get um, a proper physical mixer. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I do all my audio digitally through a network. And if I'm having to buy something that is upgrading the hub and stuff like that, then I might as well just get the physical audio stuff instead. So I'm trying to keep it where I don't have to spend much money. Right, Glitch. Alright, I appreciate that, dude. I mean, it's not. Again, we don't need to set up anything until September, so plenty time, but it's more just to get an idea of do I start saving up for a different mic and physicalized stuff, or do I buy like a hub router or something like that? In the past, I would just connect the internet modems to a simple router on the LAN ports instead of WAN, and PC would take an internet. Would take any it went out. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing just now, Dark Neon. But the I have, right, so the way I got around IPs changing is every single router, like, so I've got two devices in here, the 4G and the standard internet. And whenever I change between them with that little click switcher, it makes the same IPs for the same PCs in the exact same way. So that no audio changes between the two. Because obviously I have it where I'm using 4G when I'm streaming, and then the moment I finish my stream, I change over to the other internet because I don't need to have stupid upload at that stage. And nothing changes, no audio, I don't have to reset anything because they're all issuing out the same IP. So all I need it to do is basically when I'm in that format, the streaming PC just uses the 4G, where if my internet goes down, it's only the stream that gets affected and not my game, basically. Yeah, I know of Enterprise Oracle. I don't want his crazy setup, dude. You know what I mean? Beer Cat, welcome in, Chief. That's gotta be some spending every month, right? Paying. No, it's actually pretty decent. It's unlimited, Bearcat. It's only £60 a month for unlimited, and it's 40 down, 40 up that I have right now. So it's actually not that bad. It's cheaper than anything else that I can get in the area. No, I don't want to have enterprise setup. That looks like an absolute nightmare of cables, you know? Yeah, I would imagine it is Skylum. But when he shows all his cameras on stream, me as a content creator, I go, fuck this shit, I'm out. Because I just look at what happens if a cable breaks and it fucking sends a chain reaction, you know what I mean? It's bad enough when you look at Nerd Show and Tell stuff and you're just like, holy shit, what happens if you have to fault find that thing, you know? Nah, I want one cable that plugs into each PC and let a little fucking box on my desk do all the work for me. That's it. That's all I want, alright? I do not want 20 fucking cables going this way down the house. This one has a satellite that teleports to fucking Narnia. You know what I mean? No. Enterprise can keep with that crazy nightmare. That is just not fun to me. The drums and stuff would be great, yeah. Ender game setup? No, I've not, no. Yeah, Bearcat is pretty good, yeah. Remember guys, if you are following the channel, exclamation mark April, please get involved in the weekly giveaway we have courtesy of CIG for a Nomad with quad bike, LTI, the skins, and then next week it's for a 400i, and this is all CIG giving the giveaways. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just the middle host on it. But if you're following the channel, you might as well enter the giveaway. The giveaway code or like the daily secret code pops up at the end of the stream. We're actually going to be cutting off here very shortly because I'm just doing a quiet stream today, as I need to take the dogs out and stuff. I send sound between 3 or 4 computers on a network, as many channels as I want. I love it. What are you using for that, Ondo? Called Jacked, right? Yeah, if again, I'm not gonna pick your brains, Glitch UK and Ondo, but when it gets near the time, probably take you guys aside and ask you some questions how to set it up, because what I would like to do is set it up before I get Starlink, so I'm using the 2 internets here, see if it works basically as like a test run. Just in case, because I'm slightly worried that the Starlink is not going to be that good for gaming. But it might be amazing for gaming, and then we don't need to... Again, I just don't want to buy any, like, major stuff when I don't need to. You know, I would rather buy when complications actually come across, not be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go and spend $500-600 on new technology that I don't need. You know, it's not like I earn that much money anyway, so I think it would be very counterproductive. What, worried about packet loss for video games from Starlink, Greg? Yeah, I have heard that it's amazing for gaming. Starlink, it's really, really good. Like, you barely notice anything. Tried to friend Starlink for gaming, not great, unfortunately. Just buy the whole internet. Alright, Wazzy. Hey Ash, how you doing, Chief? Hope you're well, sir. Buy the whole internet. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna buy the whole internet. Again, I wish I had better internet options, but sadly, they are the joys of rural life. That's the joys of rural. However, definitely today has been a lot of fun being able to get the SAM speed locked down to where it's not moving like crazy. And in before, you know, in before it resets it some way and changes it out. Me and Wazzy got him sorted. Thanks to TheDarkLaw and Starson. Nice, guys. I appreciate helping out Wazzy. Thank you so much, guys. What I'm interested in is how the Starlink performances when it switches between satellites. Yeah, well, again, I've got plenty of time before this. It may be where I just stay 4G. Because you know what would probably be easier as well, like for the time being, is like stay on the 4G, and maybe just have the Starlink as well. And if shit goes down, you know what I mean. It could be dodgy. We'll see. Right, let me bring up the Toby website. I just use my command. Like, it's so much easier just to hit the spring sales. Who do we have online? But yeah, I appreciate the chat today, guys. The testing, the devs. Thank you so much for the fixes for that. Who do we have here? Who's this? Spanish. See, this is the biggest problem I have right now with the Toby event, is whenever I'm trying to raid somebody, it's only to Spanish or Germany communities. So I think, guys, as much as I want to raid somebody from the Toby event, I'm gonna just check to see if anyone's online. We've done Gonzo and stuff like that, but yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna do this manually. I like to raid people that are part of the team, but I also feel really bad raiding like Spanish or German communities, and I know my viewers are just gonna like leave right away. So, because I'm kind of early, well, let's go to Veshkan. Veshkan is doing some PvP in 317. The dude is hyper focused. It looks like he's in Vandal Swarm or something like that. We will go and drop the love on Veshkan. Exclamation mark, raid 1, raid 2. Prep for the launch, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be back on tomorrow. Now, there's meant to be a patch tonight or tomorrow. For Star Citizen, so we're just gonna basically just keep it chill. And yeah, exactly. exactly, tough. I need to take the dogs out and do all that jazz. We'll probably just keep it chill until we get a patch and then start getting back to testing everything, all that. But yeah, thank you very much for all the love today, guys. Thank you for all the chats coming in, the follows. Make sure you get involved in the giveaways. Thank you. GG's to everyone. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic day. And yes, we will see you tomorrow at normal time, guys. And hopefully there's a patch tonight. And that would be amazing. But yeah, take care, guys. Have fun. Appreciate all the loves. And enjoy Veshkan's show. There's the secret code for today. Written here. That one. You'll be able to find the rest of them on the other VODs. Easy to do. All that jazz. Yeah. Just copy the commands or the emotes. If you're a subscriber, I want to see this kind of shit going down. Easy peasy. So yeah, thank you, Wazzy, Oracle, Chewy Folks, Mums, thank you very much for the raid earlier, Blasty McNasty, Greg, Tough Mudder, Red Beer's Revenge, Joe, Jay the Walker, anyone else miss, Ass vs Darko, Freaky, Glitch, thank you for all the help today as well. Lauren, take care, appreciate it. Dark Neon, bye guys, have fun.